German school. The great German soprano Lilli Lehmann, born in Würzburg in 1848, made her operatic debut in Prague in 1865. She started her career as lyrical colorature soprano and then moved to heavier roles. She was coached by Richard Wagner himself, and she took part in the first complete cycle of Wagner's Ring des Nibelungen at Bayreuth in 1876. She started her teaching activities in 1891, and among her students were Swedish-American mezzo-soprano Olive Flemstad and American soprano Geraldine Farrar. In spite of sometimes quite confusing or very subjective statements that she makes in her book, she was probably the first singer-teacher who made a statement about personal sensations of singers and how important they are. She talks about what kind of vocal support she was using. At the beginning of her career, for 25 years, she used so-called chest support, where a singer holds his breath by the chest or by the side ribs and pulls his stomach in. Later on, she changed the technique into so-called appoggio or diaphragmatic way of support, and as a teacher only supported that type of breathing. That radical change could be contributed to her change of repertoire from lyrical colorature to dramatic Wagnerian soprano. While other schools and teachers were concentrating on how to make voice more projective, statements from this school were, that are actually popular today too: send your voice over there, send your voice to the end of the auditorium, send your voice that the deaf people in the end of the auditorium can hear you. She makes a revolutionary at that time statement. It were well if pupils, yes, and professional singers too, were conscious of just one thing, that the singing tone is to be found in the resonance of one's own body, in the chest and the head resonances, and not in the auditorium into which the singer strives solely to project his breath to produce big tones. In that is her great contribution of understanding of how really resonance works. Why should singer not be trying to send his voice somewhere, but concentrate on his own sensations? Big mistake of that school is that Lilli Lehmann believed that it is possible to make very precise points of sensations for every voice. That type of vocal thinking produced many branches of a la Lilli Lehmann type of placement schools. Singers stop thinking how to project into the space, or rather to find the precise points in our whole body that allow us to sing successfully certain notes and produce great resonance. Her book or her theory was the most popular at the beginning of the 20th century, and no surprise that even now it's used by many teachers. Vocal scientists, acousticians, psychologists later examined this theory, and they found it as pseudo-theory. Every singer's sensations sometimes are similar, but they are never identical. So this cannot work for every singer. She said an interesting thing about position of the larynx. Singer should not force his larynx down or up. At the same time, she says that the larynx should be in a low position. She says also that low notes should be sang with connection with the high register, and vice versa. That will significantly ease connections of registers. She also suggests to round all high notes of the head voice. This is the end of part 5. Next in the series, Italian School of the 20th Century. Enrico Caruso, Beniamino Gili, Lauri Volpi,